Hey yo, hello! It's your boy Izzy Flow. I'm over here to make a just a video talking about Reynad's new game, The Bazaar. If you don't know anything about me, I'm predominantly a Hearthstone player. I've been playing Hearthstone semi-competitively for a few years now, actually. I've hit Legend many times. I've competed in tournaments and got a few finishes. Um, uh, I've made a little bit of money playing Hearthstone, but not too much. But basically, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to card games. And if you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you've also come from Hearthstone probably. But if not, don't worry. I'll just try to break it down for you, so in terms that you understand. So right here, this is our Overlord Ray Noodle, the creator of Hearthstone. But I guess he's got bored of that, so he's moving on to a new game. Um, this is his new game, The Bazaar. Watch his promo video if you haven't already. You definitely should before you watch this video. He basically breaks down what his game is about, what he's trying to accomplish with it. And this video is more of just like talking about, what I'm expecting from a player's point of view. Um, so right here, he gives a little bio. He says he's Reynad. He is the founder of the esports franchise Tempo Storm. So if you want to become legendary, I recommend you check that out. If you don't know Reynad, which I don't know why you don't know Reynad, but if you don't, uh, a very big face in the gaming community, especially the card game community. He's a Twitch streamer, very big Twitch streamer. He plays Hearthstone, and he's also a game designer, and he's making the Bazaar. Card overview. So one of the big things about this game that's different from Hearthstone, because as you'll soon see, he takes a lot of elements from Hearthstone. You could see that this game takes a lot of inspiration from previous card games like Hearthstone, Magic, stuff like that. But the big difference, as you can see here, is that it's all about deck building. So I'm not actually entirely sure what that means. I'm assuming if you've ever played a card game like Slay the Spire, where you take cards along the way, or if you've ever played the Dungeon Run in Hearthstone, I'm assuming it's a similar sort of concept. But that's what he says is like the big selling point of this game. That's what makes it different from previous card games. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not entirely sure what that entails, but we'll soon see. And he says here that that's what makes the game replayable and really fun. Every game is a new experience because it's not a card collecting game where you like make meta decks like in Hearthstone or Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic. Each new game, whole bunch of new crazy stuff is gonna happen. So I guess we can look forward to that. So right here, this is our first look at what the game itself is gonna look like. And right off the bat, you can see that it's very Hearthstone-esque. If you've ever played Hearthstone, you can see the similarities right away. Um, we have right here, we have these four tokens. Uh, not It's very early on in the process. Like he just announced this a few days ago, so you can't really tell what these are. I'm assuming they're minions, right? Like that would just make the most sense. And you can see that there's only four slots for each side instead of seven for Hearthstone. So that's very interesting. There's the cards down here. No mana cost or anything like that, or names. But once again, this is like a rough draft, so I'm assuming there's a lot of things that are still going to be fleshed out. There's no mana either. One of the core mechanics of this game is that instead of using mana, they use coins. Like the coin, like the whole thing is like a marketplace basically. So you're buying, selling, trading. So coins, like money, is the mana or the currency, which I guess makes sense. Another thing that I really like about what Reynad's doing is look how colorful this board is. Like it's super pretty. There's so much going on. Like in this one photo, in this one picture. If you look at games like Gwent, Gwent is another card game. I'm not a Gwent player myself, but I think one of the big reasons that Hearthstone is so much bigger than Gwent is because Hearthstone is also very colorful. There's a lot of animations. There's a lot of things going on. It's very fun to watch. It's very visually pleasing, visually aesthetic. As opposed to Gwent. If you look at Gwent, the state of the game always looks pretty bland in my opinion, especially when compared to Hearthstone. It's not nearly as fun to look at. So in terms of just being a spectator sport or just something fun to look at, I can see that Reynad is being really smart about this, and he's making sure that the game is really, everything pops out at you. It's really colorful, really fun to look at. Yeah, like there's so much going on here, and you can see the board. The end turn button is on the opposite side of Hearthstone. So since I've been playing Hearthstone for so long, it might take me a little time to get used to it. There's hero portraits over here for the different classes that they're gonna be. Obviously, you got the cards. So yeah, it looks really nice. It looks great from what I can tell. The artwork is quite nice. So moving down, we have some examples of cards. We have monster cards, which are like minions, spells, which are like spells, weapons, which are actually different from Hearthstone weapons. Because look, there's no attack or durability anywhere that I mean none that I can see, but it has like an effect. So it says let you bump a monster item or spell off the board and grant you 2 attack this round. So I guess they're doing something different where weapons aren't like you just smack them in the face. Like the weapons do something specific that I guess are different from what spells are able to do or what minions are able to do. And look, killing this monster, Arcanite Elder, killing this grants you 7 coins. So that's like kind of like Death Rattle. Like it's kind of very similar to those mechanics. It doesn't say it though, so I'm not sure if this game will have like keywords like other card games do, or if it'll just like say what it does. I mean, we've yet to see. And this is the coin that I was talking about, their version of mana. I'm assuming it's not. I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming that this is basically like their version of mana, and you get some each turn. Um, if you haven't read it, the game mechanic itself, they say that you draw 5 cards like per turn or something like that. Um, oh yeah, right here. Every turn you draw 5 cards. Those cards are going to give you shopping money to make your deck better, or they'll be weapons that give you attack value. So it's very different from Hearthstone. Hearthstone, you just draw 1 card per turn. Here you draw 5. So I guess that you're gonna have to be using a lot of your cards each turn, which makes the mechanics vastly different from Hearthstone. Actually, now that I think about it, I guess it makes a hand reading a lot more difficult. I don't know if that's going to be a thing, but in Hearthstone, since the same cards are in your hand each turn, you can make predictions about what your opponent might be holding and play around that. I guess this is going to be a little bit different. But then again, considering that this is a deck building game, the cards are going to be way more random. So I guess playing around your opponent's cards are going to be a little bit more difficult. But once again, we'll have to see. I don't really know. Okay, so these are some of the classes or the heroes that Reynad has graciously given us a sneak peek. There's only 3 so far, but I'm assuming there's gonna be many more. But these are just the first 3 that they're really pushing for now. That they're like really sure that they're gonna make. So the wizard, which I'm guessing is like the starting off pretty basic, like how Jaina is like the basic class in Hearthstone. Gotta start off with a wizard. Spell heavy class that relies on tempo and efficiency. So right here, this word tempo, right? This makes me think that it's gonna follow similar mechanics to Hearthstone. Hearthstone also has things like tempo and value, and this word tempo comes from Hearthstone, so I guess they're gonna have very similar. I mean, if you look at the board over here, like there's minions, there's cards, so I guess like there's gonna be tempo, there's gonna be value. It's gonna take a lot of those stuff from Hearthstone, and you can see where Hearthstone really influences the game. But once again, it's two. I'm pretty sure there'll be 2 very completely different games. Knowing Ranad, I'm sure he's going to take inspiration off of Hearthstone and previous card games, but the game itself should be completely different. Here we have the Vampire, flexible class with many different playstyles, using HP as a resource. So that makes me think of like Warlock from Hearthstone as like a comparison, where you're using your HP in order to gain some sort of advantage in some way. So and then we have the Merchant, which this is where this class you can't even really equate it to anything in Hearthstone as far as I can see. But it really takes advantage of the themes of this game, where the whole thing is like a market or something like that. So you can see like it uses the coins, which is the mana. I mean, in terms of like mana ramping, I guess you could compare it to Druid in Hearthstone. Druid finds ways to increase your mana as fast as quickly as possible with stuff like Wild Growth or like Innervate. So maybe this is something kind of like that, but I'm not really sure. Pay to win or pay to play. So this is another really big selling point that Reynad really emphasizes in his promo video, and I like why this game, like why you should give this game a chance, why this game is better than previous card games. He really emphasizes that it's quote unquote truly free to play. Now, anytime I see this, right, like I'm always skeptical, like as you should be. You shouldn't just blindly believe anything people tell you. Keep in mind, as Reynad is a player as well as a game designer, but at the end of the day, this is a business. They're trying to make money. Like that's kind of like the whole point. So we'll still see if it's like actually free to play or not. But I do have high hopes. I am a little bit skeptical, right? I do feel like money is going to come into play some way or somehow. But at the very least, I can pretty confidently assume that this will be like far cheaper than like Hearthstone, for example. Hearthstone, it is a quite an expensive game to play if you want to play competitively. With each expansion that comes out, there's more and more cards that you need. And if you just jump into the game, there's so many cards that you need that it's really hard to. If you can't spend any money, it's really hard to play competitively, which is a big issue that a lot of players have. When you compare it to Hearthstone, I'm sure that the Bazaar will be far cheaper than at least that, so it does make me hopeful. And keep in mind, Reynad he's a player, like he's not just a game designer or like some like CEO boss off somewhere that never touches his game. Like he's played, if you watch his streams, he plays tons of Hearthstone. Like he knows the players' mindset, what their likes and their dislikes, because he's a player himself. So I'm sure he's going to really cater to that, which is why I'm really excited for this game. It's like the first time that like a player that is making their own game. So it makes me really excited. That's one of the big reasons why I'm making this video. I'm trying to get the word out because this is a game I'm really excited for. So hopefully it is truly free to play. That would be the best possible scenario. You just open up the game and then that's all you need. Like you get the game once and then you just play for as much as you want, and that'd be the best possible scenario. So hopefully that's the case. The artwork is great. Like I love this art. You could really see that it's actually pretty similar to Hearthstone art in my opinion. I am assuming that a lot of the beginning, the first batch of players in this game will be coming over from Hearthstone. They'll be transitioning over from another card game. So and I'm sure Reynad knows this himself. So you can see like how it's very Hearthstone-esque, but at the same time, it retains its own sort of style. It's not a carbon copy by any means. You could clearly see it's its own game, and I really like it. You got Adele over here. You got baby Alexstrasza, I guess. You got the Hearthstone symbol, little Easter egg right there. You got God, I guess. I don't know. This is Gandalf the White. So yeah, you got it looks really nice. I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, that's about it. That's I think I covered everything. Let's see. Did I? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, if you want to support the game, I definitely suggest backing it, donating to the cause. I myself obviously have. I'm really excited for the game. I really can't wait till it comes out. That's basically the only reason I made this video, to give the viewers basically like a too long didn't read version, or just like a breakdown of what I'm expecting from the player standpoint. Look how many people donated already. Like that's so much. It's only Reynad himself only announced this a few days ago, so you could see that a lot of people are really excited for this game, and you can really see why. It's so cool to have a player, like someone that is a player, also making their own game. So it's we'll see how that turns out. Hopefully really well. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Once again, since the game itself is like so new, like everything you see is like the roughest possible draft. Like they literally like just started. So, well, I mean, they didn't just start, but like it's very early on in the process. So there's not too much to go off of. But basically, just judging based off what we can see for now, it looks really great. It looks awesome. So, I have high hopes. So hopefully it turns out well. We know with any new updates that they give us, or any new news that comes up, I'll be sure to let you guys know if you're interested. But yeah, it looks awesome. So definitely check it out if you haven't already, and yeah, definitely donate, help out Reynad. Games are expensive to make, and I want this game to be good. And if you've ever played card games before and you don't feel like paying for like over like hundreds of dollars per expansion just to keep up, give this game a shot. Yeah, I'm excited. You should be excited, and thank our overlord Ray Noodle for creating this game that we can all look forward to. The first version of it is set to release next year, I believe. So, I mean, I'm really looking forward to next year then.